Hello, and welcome to the second episode in our series titled Building AI Data Centers, Navigating Community Concerns in Pursuit of American Technological Dominance. The expansion of AI data centers has sparked a nationwide backlash, with communities from rural Wisconsin to suburban Virginia rallying against proposed projects. This opposition isn't mere basuminance, not in my backyard. It's driven by tangible impacts on daily life, resources, and the environment. As AI companies like Microsoft, Google, and Amazon race to scale up, they've encountered organized resistance that has delayed or derailed billions in investments. One of the primary grievances is the enormous energy consumption of these facilities. AI data centers, especially those training large language models, can devour more electricity than entire cities. In South Carolina, for instance, data centers are projected to account for 65 to 70% of all new energy usage in the state, leading to fears of skyrocketing electricity bills for residents. Rural and low-income communities, including those of color, bear the brunt, as highlighted in a media justice study showing disproportionate impacts from rising costs and power outages. In Wisconsin, 2 approved projects alone are expected to use more energy than all homes in the state combined, prompting petitions for greater transparency and planning to avoid burdening families with higher utility rates. Water usage is another flashpoint. Data centers require vast amounts of water for cooling, often millions of gallons daily, to prevent overheating. In arid regions or areas with strained water supplies, this can exacerbate shortages and strain local infrastructure. Critics in Northern Virginia, home to 13% of the world's data center capacity, point to the intensive water demands alongside power needs as a key reason for opposition. In Lansing, New York, community groups have cited the proposed use of Cayuga Lake water for cooling, raising alarms about ecological disruption. This issue is particularly acute in the South and Midwest, where data centers are often cited for cheaper land, but end up competing with agriculture and households for resources. Noise pollution from constant cooling fans and generators adds to the discontent. Residents near existing centers describe a perpetual hum that disrupts sleep and daily life, turning quiet neighborhoods into industrial zones. In Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin, locals opposed a Microsoft project citing noise as a major concern, alongside air quality violations that could worsen with increased operations. Environmental nonprofits and activists in Ithaca, New York, have used social media to detail how these centers delay the transition to clean energy by relying on fossil fuels during peak demands, contributing to pollution and climate change. Beyond resources, there's a sense of lost community character. Data centers often encroach on farmland and green spaces, altering landscapes and potentially depressing property values. In rural areas where these facilities are frequently built for economic incentives like tax breaks, residents lament the loss of agricultural land and the minimal job creation. Many centers employ few locals after construction. Public health risks, including from emissions and electromagnetic fields, further fuel resistance, as seen in grassroots campaigns highlighting delays to renewable energy goals. This opposition has tangible results. In 2025 alone, fights against data centers blocked or stalled $64 billion in projects. Over 230 health and environmental groups called for a national moratorium, arguing for stronger policies to protect communities from pollution and cost hikes. Even in red and blue states, this has become a bipartisan issue, entering national politics and influencing elections. These concerns are valid and demand solutions like sustainable siting, renewable energy mandates, and community benefits agreements. Ignoring them risks alienating the very Americans who stand to gain from AI's promise. That wraps up our second section of this article. Stay tuned for the next section titled Aligning AI Data Centers with President Trump's Agenda for Innovation. I look forward to seeing you soon.